everyone, welcome to my next YouTube video. So 8 months ago I had no business idea or no idea what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew I wanted to do something, so I just wanted to continue on and speak to you about my journey. So you don't need a master plan to start something meaningful, even if it's just a hobby and you don't know what it is that you want to do yet. I think the main point is to just start. So in the beginning I had no clear niche of the products or the category that I wanted to sell in, and so when I started off doing scrunchies, it was more like a hobby, and I wanted to learn something and do something different. And then from that, I knew that it wasn't sustainable for me to only make scrunchies. So I needed to do something more challenging. So I branched out and I started to create dog bandanas. And at the end of December last year, 2024, I registered my business. I'm a sole trader, and I started posting my products online on my website. The company name that I chose was called Brave People Designs. I knew that I wanted to do something that was bigger than myself and that was meaningful, and it wasn't just about me or beautiful products. It had more substance to it. So I chose that name and I bought the .com website address. So that was a big step on the way forward. It just sort of ended up in that direction. From the beginning I wasn't sure that I even wanted to do a business at all, but at the end of December it was pretty clear that that is the direction that I wanted to go in, especially since I'm a single mom and I have 2 kids. It made more sense for me to create something and put in time and effort towards it that would help me financially in the future. So this was, there was just so many different reasons as to why I did this. Around that time of doing the dog bandanas and scrunchies, I was also inspired to do something towards animal conservation. And it started off as me just posting once a week on YouTube short animal clips that I generated using AI. And it was more to teach and educate kids about animals. So once a week, that is what I'd do, which took up some time, and it's been very successful so far. I think I have about 1,000, just over 1,000 subscribers, and it's just very satisfying to see that people are interested in the content that I create with the help of AI. But I feel like I'm heading towards something more meaningful in this. The only disconnect was that I didn't know how to incorporate, like how I could merge the animal YouTube channel with Brave People Designs, which was selling dog bandanas and scrunchies at the time. So it just sort of remained as 2 separate entities. I also in that time started to post more inspirational and motivational content on my Facebook, Instagram and TikTok accounts that I created for the business. And I just sort of started doing some advertising there to drive traffic to my website. So the inspiration about the animal YouTube channel, just want to talk a little bit more about that, because when I was a kid in primary school, there would be a movie every single Sunday night, and just before the movie there'd be a National Geographic's animal channel that would play for about an hour, and my sister my sisters and I and my mom would sit down every single Sunday and we'd watch it religiously. Would never miss an episode, and that stuck with me as a child, to be taught about animals, and that's where I fell in love with animals. And I think it's really important, with all the animals that are becoming endangered, that we need to educate the next generation of people and the next generation of kids that are going to be taking over, so that they can make good decisions that would help benefit the planet and contribute towards sustainable living. Part of my background is that I, since I was born, I don't eat any eggs, meat or fish or poultry, any animals. I do have dairy products, and it's the same. It's like my entire family is like that. That's how we've been brought up. So this sort of all linked together with my animal conservation theme and why it was and it is so important to me. So at that time I seem to have ideas about things I'm passionate about and things that I want to do. So that's where it started, and that's where I began. And since then I've started building up more and more into it, and sort of learning how to incorporate the animal conservation with the woman empowerment, because that's essentially what the scrunchies and the dog bandanas has come out of. It's sort of spun into a woman empowerment theme, and that was meaningful towards me because there has been a lot of things that have happened in my life and I've had to deal with on my own, and even now I'm a single mom and it can be done. So the main thing is that with this, it started off as a hobby, and it has now like changed my life. And I'm not saying changed it monetarily, it's changed it in my perspective and how I deal with situations, especially with conflict. I definitely deal with it with a view to be more understanding of what the other person's going through and trying to put myself in their shoes, as well as just trying to deal with the situation with more kindness instead of attack. So it's changed me, as this whole process has changed me as well. I'm definitely not the same person that I was 8 months ago. I feel like I'm sort of on my way to transforming into something better, a better version of myself. I still feel like I'm on that journey, as I feel like there's more that needs to be done. There's more that I can learn in this process, in developing this business, which is great. Just to finish up on everything, I mean, I've given some insight and some more information on my business, but there's not always going to be people that are going to be happy about what you do. I mean, it's just this week alone, I have spoken to my business with 2 elderly women, and it's 2 women that I'd naturally respect and look up to, and the attitude, the entire attitude towards me had changed, and they came across as being very upset and angry, unsupportive, negative, and like it's almost like what I've done so far threatened them. It was very disheartening to see that. I think this is a brilliant initiative. Instead of wasting my time in front of the TV or on social media, I'm actually trying to build something and create something on my own, and just going forward with this woman empowerment. I mean, it's all about supporting each other, being there for each other, uplifting one another, helping each other, and I just didn't feel that this week, so I'm a little bit upset about the reaction that I've got, but I think that's part of life and that's part of my journey, and hopefully I'll find my people that are supportive and and are rooting for me in my journey. And it's okay. I mean, it just goes to show that whether you do good, whether you do bad, not everyone's going to be on the same page as you. Not everyone is going to root for you or even like you, and that's okay. You just keep believing and doing whatever makes you happy, and yeah, and that's all that counts. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you back here in the next few weeks.